8 months ago, I packed my bags in silence, boarded a one-way train, and disappeared thousands of miles away from home. No goodbyes, no explanations, nothing. My family didn't even notice my absence at first, at least. That's what I believed. I was finally free from the suffocating chains of expectations, comparisons, and silent betrayals that had defined my childhood. But one phone call changed everything. It was Mom's voice, trembling yet commanding on the other side of the line. "Come to your sister." Those 3 words pulled me back into a past I thought I had escaped forever. I grew up in a household where silence was louder than words. My parents adored my elder sister, Nana smart, beautiful, and everything they wanted in a child. And me? I was the shadow. My achievements were overlooked, my mistakes magnified. The final straw came one evening when Dad looked me in the eye and said, "Why can't you just be more like your sister?" That night, I made a decision. I booked a ticket, packed a single suitcase, and left. No forwarding address. No calls. Nothing. When I reached the other side of the country, a small city buzzing with strangers, I felt like I had finally stolen my freedom. I found a job, rented a tiny apartment, and began building a new life. For 8 months, I lived without a trace. No one from my family called. No one checked in. Or so I thought. It was a rainy evening when my phone lit up with an unknown number. Against my instinct, I picked it up. "Hello?" For a moment, there was silence. And then my mother's voice. "Come to your sister!" No explanations. No greetings. Just an order. I froze. My heart pounded. After all this time, why now? I asked, "What happened?" But Mom's voice cracked. "Please, just come!" Something about her tone unsettled me. Fear, desperation, maybe even guilt. Against my better judgment, I booked the first ticket home. When I arrived, the city felt the same, yet I felt like a stranger walking through my own memories. The house was dimly lit, the curtains drawn. Inside, Mom sat pale, her eyes swollen from crying. Dad avoided looking at me. And then I saw her. My sister Nana, once radiant and confident, was lying on the couch, weak, almost unrecognizable. "What happened?" I whispered. Mom's eyes filled with tears. "She needs you." But deep inside, I wondered why me. The child they ignored, the one they compared endlessly. Why now? Over the next few days, I observed carefully. Nana wasn't just sick. She was hiding something. And so were my parents. Conversations would fall silent when I entered the room. Documents would be hurriedly closed. Phone calls cut short. Until one night, curiosity got the better of me. I overheard Mom whispering to Dad in the kitchen, "If only we can convince her to sign it, we'll save everything." My blood froze. Sign what? Save what? It didn't take long before I found out my sister wasn't just ill. She was entangled in a financial mess, debts, contracts, and a business deal gone wrong. And my parents, desperate to protect their golden child, needed me. Not for love, not for family, but for my name on a piece of paper that could save Nana from ruin. I was furious. After 8 months of silence, they remembered me not as a son, but as a solution. I spent sleepless nights wrestling with myself. On one hand, a part of me still loved my sister. Memories of childhood laughter, secrets whispered under the blanket. Festivals celebrated together, they weren't entirely erased. But on the other hand, the pain of being invisible, of being unwanted, burned brighter than ever. Why should I save the very people who never once stood up for me? I decided I wouldn't give them the easy way out. I didn't confront them immediately. Instead, I played along. I smiled. I nodded. I pretended to care. Let them believe I was still the obedient child. Meanwhile, I began my own investigation. I contacted lawyers, checked documents, traced accounts. The deeper I dug, the clearer it became. Nana's downfall wasn't an accident. She had knowingly gambled the family's money in risky deals, believing she was untouchable. And now, They wanted me to clean up her mess. So, I devised a plan. The day came when Mom placed the documents in front of me. Her hands trembled as she pushed the pen toward me. Please, just sign. Do it for your sister. I looked at her. Then at Dad, whose eyes begged me silently. And finally, at Naina, who couldn't even meet my gaze. I picked up the pen. For a moment, the room held its breath. And then I placed the pen down. No? The word echoed like thunder. Mom gasped. Dad's face turned red. Naina finally looked up, her eyes wide with disbelief. You ignored me my whole life, I said, my voice steady. You abandoned me when I needed you most. And now, when your perfect daughter falls, you remember me. Not as family, but as a tool. I stood up. You made your choices. Now live with them. The silence that followed was deafening. I walked out of that house for the second time, only this time. I wasn't running away. I was reclaiming my power. Days later, I heard through distant relatives that Naina's debts had finally caught up with her. The family name, once so proud, was now whispered in shame. And me. I returned to my new life, stronger than ever. Looking back, that phone call changed me forever. Not because I helped them, but because I realized something important. Family isn't defined by blood. It's defined by love, respect, and loyalty. Sometimes, walking away is the greatest revenge. And sometimes, silence is the loudest justice. So, when my mother called me after 8 months, begging me to come to my sister, I went. Not to save them, but to save myself. And in that moment, I finally understood the boy they once ignored had become the person they could no longer control.